Okay, Dr. Aldridge, I'm going to apologize for the two videos. I use Screencast-O-Matic as you see there, and I actually just spoke for 10 minutes unrecorded because I did not realize that I was past the 15-minute mark, and I didn't realize that Screen-O-Matic had a cap of 15 minutes per segment. So I'm going to continue where I was at in the first one, so that would be on the program of work, which is right here. So I'm going to go and expand that for us. Okay, so as continued, I'll go through it one more time with you guys, and I may be a little bit more rushed because I've already done it one time and it's getting semi-late. And I'm starting to slur my words a little bit. My mouth getting kind of tired. So let's roll. All right. Number 16, each course taught will include a minimum of one leadership unit and personal development. That's something that in many classes you can do throughout the year. It's not necessarily a huge unit, but it's an ongoing unit nonetheless. I recommend that too. Your kids will never stop learning leadership. They need to do it every so often to keep that sharp. Okay. Record keeping for number 17 comes from your SAE record book, so that's how you're going to teach that part. For SAEs, minimum of 60% of your students must have one in place. I recommend everybody doing it. Maybe not all of them are as extensive as possible, but they need to have a project in place, ag-related, outside of school. Okay. Your book for number 19 will be state approved. You can't just use any random book. It must be state approved. All right. You will, for number 20, supervise every student that has one. You'll do that in monthly reports and document it. But you need to go out and see these students' projects. They're very proud of them, and you going out there is going to help them finish it off. Okay. You will submit at least one proficiency. Proficiencies come from SAE projects, meaning the best SAE projects after a time frame of record keeping and picture taking becomes a proficiency, and you must submit one per year. One is the minimum. I suggest submit as many as possible. But again, I don't strive to be basic. I strive to be the best teacher possible. All right. Of course, you will maintain for 22 the FFA chapter and serve as the advisor. Depending on if there's 3 of you or just 1 of you, that duty will be shared. Okay. You guys will comply with the affiliation process. That means you will pay the money they tell you to pay depending on how many people are in your chapter based on classroom numbers. Okay. It actually works better for teachers all across the state. People are different opinion about those things, but affiliation is the way to go. Follow the rules, put the right numbers in there, pay what you need to pay. Okay. You will work up a program of activities with your officers. You will submit one to the region staff, but it's a program of activities of what you're going to do that year. That's going to be your community service projects, your health and wellness projects, things like that better the community. And all the standards are listed on the POA, which is a video for another time. Okay. We will continue right here under number 25. You will take your officers to leadership training in Covington or conduct your own retreat to plan out for the year. That's a standard. You must do it. You must hold 10 meetings per year. 5 in the spring, 5 in the fall. You must have 5. Opening ceremonies and minutes are required. You will have 1 week that you recognize the National FFA Week, which is usually in the spring. And in a minute, when we get down here to standard number 2, you will submit an application for that week, which is a pretty easy one to do, but you can be rewarded points toward best chapter. Okay. To continue, you will have a community service project, which I recommend doing more than one. That's very, very minimal. If you're only doing one or doing none, you're probably not well versed in what your community does, and they probably don't like you a whole lot. So I recommend you do as many as possible. You, as a teacher, will have 2 delegates that register and participate the entire state convention on the floor at the convention around April. Okay, those guys are going to vote on different policies being passed in Georgia Ag Ed, as well as vote for state officers for the year. For number 30, you will have 1 applicant per teacher fill out state degree applications. Okay. 31, you will have an awards banquet. Some of those were canceled because of COVID this past year, but you're required to do one every year, kind of reviewing the year and showing how your kids did. Again, having a banquet and not having that much success, it's kind of embarrassing sometimes to present to parents. So make sure that you're doing all you can throughout the year to have student success, to present them with a lot of awards come the awards banquet. For 33, in those few segments, you need to do National Chapter Form 1 application and 2 of the following. I always choose American or Star State application, State Star application, and the National FFA Week recognition. It's very easy. Those are 2 that are very checkoffs. This is not necessarily as important to me, but needs to be done at least a minimum of 2. Okay, they're a little easier to complete. For section 33 standards, you have to do a minimum of 5 CDEs, 2 must be leadership, and 2 of those need to be team events. Again, wherever you see yes, that's the ones I'm doing this year. I'm also doing ag marketing, but I'm not sure why I didn't put it down this year. But let's continue. All right, again, I said yes, yes here, yes here, yes here. You're declaring what you're going to do. If you don't have those standards, you can be docked pay. Okay, make sure you're getting your things done. For standard 34, it tells you how many kids you're going to bring to what events. Area banquet will bring this many. Green Hand Jamboree, well, we don't teach 9th graders at our school, so that would be a 0 for us. We'll take 10 to 20 to National Convention, 10 to 20 to Leadership Camp, which may be more this year for our chapter, and 30 to South Region Rally. All right, 35 through 48 are some repeats, but the gist of it is you will have money you need for supplies, equipment, computers, office space, what have you. The places you're going to be teaching are going to be neat, aesthetically pleasing, and in good condition. Okay. Number 36 is you will travel with local funds, not from your FFA chapter. Some schools are not as fortunate, but that's just how it works sometimes. They may limit you in traveling, but it's okay. I'm going to decline this for now. I apologize for my recording. All right, we will continue with our PDF. Yeah, office space, computers, budget, equipment, what have you. You will serve as the advisor. You will teach no more than 1 segment out of field per grading period. You will compensate teacher a minimum hourly rate of extended day. Again, the POW is for the money you receive after school every day and on weekends and in summers. Okay, you need to be doing these things that it says to do. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tidbit of the POW and the TEKS format. Again, I had a call interrupt my video. Totally fine. Things happen sometimes. And the video was cut short a minute ago, so here's a re-recording of it. I did go a little faster. I do apologize. But any questions needed for the TEKS evaluation or the POW evaluation for ag teachers, please contact me. I am happy to assist you in any way possible. Have a great day. Bye-bye.